What does healing mean to you now, years later?
It means learning better ways on how to actually carry the emotion and the grief. Um, the to give you a visual example, let's pretend that the grief that we have is about the size of a basketball, but that basketball weighs 50 pounds versus what a basketball actually weighs. In the beginning, it's tough to pick up, it's tough to hold, it's awkward to hold. You get tired holding it, you wanna put it down a lot, you're weak to hold it. But after enough practice and enough training with you, you start getting a little bit stronger and a little bit stronger and a little bit stronger to where it becomes less and less awkward to hold it. Does it make it any less heavy to hold it? No, it will always be that heavy. However, as time goes on, you learn better ways to carry it so that it's n- you're not straining as much to be able to be able to hold it as you're walking this journey. Is what I tell people what healing is. And what I also say to them is in the grief world, I don't tell when I tell people about you know, moving on this journey, it's not moving on from your grief, it's moving forward with your grief,
Mhm.
is what I tell people. And in the beginning, that step forward might be a millimeter at a time. Now, at the point in which I am, it might be a step or two at a time because I'm getting to be about 4 years from the day. So I've had a lot more time than maybe someone right after the event. But what I also tell them is even if you're doing a millimeter at a time, after a year's worth of time, if you turn around and look at where you were a year ago versus where you are now, you've still moved forward with it. As long as it's moving forward, it's still moving forward. It's still progression.
Mhm.
And so don't think that you've got to walk some ridiculous distance in those initial stages. You don't have to at all. And even if you take long breaks from even walking at all, but so long as it's at points throughout that first year, you're moving little by little, that's all we're asking. And that's what healing is in the initial stages of this.
Yes, I love that analogy with the basketball and how it's always with you. It just becomes easier to carry. And it's also a good point that you said, you're going to come through times where you aren't moving at all. But as long as you're making those little steps forward, it's going to get easier and easier with time. And as we said before, it never goes away. You just learn to deal with it differently and handle it differently and use it for other outlets, such as you doing your letters for Zachary,
Mhm.
such as I'm using my podcast as a platform for me to heal and help others to be seen and share their stories on all walks of life and things that they've been through.